We've also got the functionality in SAP Business One now to operate multiple branches within the same database. The enhancements being we can create marketing documents for separate branches, sales and purchasing documents for multiple branches. We can centralize stock management per branch. Bank transactions can be managed from the same database. All financial transactions will be separated by branches, so we can run a P&L by branch, for example. We have handling of separate document numbering per branch. We also have the capability of separate accounting setup and GL account determination per branch. The customer receivables aging and vendor liabilities aging can also be managed per branch. And we also have the possibility to assign business partners to branches too. The benefits being we can manage business by branches, for example product lines, business units, market segment and stores, etc. And we've also got increased transparency. So I'll just show you a little bit of the multiple branches functionality just now. Just come back into SAP Business One. So I'm in SAP Business One at the moment, logged in as manager. And if I just come to administration, and if I come into setup, and if I come into financials, we can see we've now got an area here called branches, and this is where I can set up my different branches. So I've got OEC branches, and I've got London and also Edinburgh available. What I can also do, for example, is I can allocate different users to different branches. So if I just come into general and users, and if I just find Bill, we can see here I've now got an area called branch assignment, and if I click on there I can see which of the branches I've allocated Bill to. So let's just have a look at that a bit easier. So I can see Bill is actually assigned to London and Edinburgh, but he's not assigned to maybe the main head office. So if I just log in as Bill, I come to choose company and just change user. We can see that upon logging in, SAP asks me to select the default branch. So which branch am I currently working under in this session of SAP? And I can choose to be working under, for example, the London branch, and I can just set that as default. Now at any point I can come up to the default branch selection and I can change that if I want to. So I can change Edinburgh if I then was working under Edinburgh. So if we just come into, for example, a sales document, maybe a sales order, and I'm just going to choose a customer and just give it a date, we can now see that I've got the branch and it's allocated to London because when I first logged in I set my default to be to London, but if I want to I do actually have the option to change this. So we can just select a particular item to sell. So I'm just going to click add, and if I just come back here now, so I'm under as London, I can now copy to perhaps an AR invoice, and I can invoice my customer based on the London branch. So we can add that and say yes, that's fine. And then what we can also do if we want to is do perhaps another sales order, but this time we can say that we're working under perhaps the Edinburgh branch. So National Office Supplies based in perhaps Edinburgh, or this is going to be sold from out of Edinburgh. Have also purchased a table, purchased 5 of them, and we can add that, and then we can then invoice our customer for this particular table. So we'll just add that, we'll say yes, that's fine. And then what I can do is if I come up to financials, and if I come into financial reports, in fact let's use our menu to do it up here. So profit and loss statement, I can open that up, And if we come into expanded, what we can now see, I've got a branch assignment. So I can choose to run a P&L for particular branches. So let's have a look at that. So I'm going to run a P&L this time just for Edinburgh. I click OK, and that's absolutely fine. And we can now see I've got a P&L just for Edinburgh. But what I can now do is come back, click on expanded, and I can change the branch if I wanted to be London. Click OK, click OK. And we can now see I've got a P&L for London only. And if I wanted to, I could just run a P&L for everything. So again, back onto the expanded, and I can choose to tick both of those and run the P&L accordingly, if I so wish.